Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to r/relationship advice, where in today's story, OP's brother steals $50,000 from him and then, to make matters worse, turns their mutual investment property into a hellhole. Without any further ado, let's dive right into the stories. And the first one is titled, My 38 female brother 36 male stole $50,000 from me. Should I take him to court or walk away and never talk to him again? Long story short, 7 years ago we bought an investment property together. We agreed he could live there rent-free while he fixed it up and got settled in life. I ended up paying taxes and insurance every year and he has pretty much destroyed the house. It honestly looks like a crack house. I had an appraisal done last week and the home has lost half its value due to damages and lack of upkeep. I did not realize it was that bad and had sent money over the years to make repairs, which he never did, and pocketed the money. In addition, I gave him a personal loan of $5,000, which he has never paid back. My brother is an alcoholic and has a job, but it is barely minimum wage. The house is in my name, so I could start the eviction process, but I'm pretty sure he would be homeless then. I don't see how I could ever get my money back unless I sold the house, but is it worth the hassle? Should I just accept that I made a mistake trusting him and walk away from the relationship? He denies responsibility, feels like he has done nothing wrong, says he is struggling, that he will pay me back, do better, etc. Also, my brother received $30,000 last year from an inheritance and didn't pay me back or make needed repairs on the house he said he would. Update: I am selling the house to an investor. Thank you everyone for your comments and support. It gave me the courage to take action. I'm on the fence about giving him cash to move out and then a portion of the profit. Any thoughts? And a user in the comments said, take him to court and evict him. Seriously, don't let him drag you down with him. $50,000 is a nice nest egg, which I'm sure you could use to secure your future. Another user said, my 2 cents is that by letting him stay, you are enabling him to justify and continue his poor life choices. Kick him out, let him rock bottom and have nothing to do with him unless he changes. And guys, I would love to hear, what would you have suggested OP to do in this situation? Please let us know in the comments if you have any good ideas. And the next one is an update to the story where the brother stole $50,000 from OP. Your feedback gave me the courage to take action. Thank you. You all helped me realize that just because my brother is family doesn't mean I should let him take advantage of me. I decided to sell the house and give my brother the option of buying me out. He strung me a lot for a few weeks and then decided he didn't want to do it. I sold the house to an investor. I offered my brother money to move out and a large chunk of money from the sale of the house, almost as much as he originally invested if he was cooperative. I have not heard back from him about the offer. He has not replied to my phone calls, texts or email, so I am guessing he is pissed. But I believe I did the right thing, even though it was really difficult. I put myself first for once. And yeah guys, I would love to know what you think about this story. Do you think that OP did the right decision here or not? Let us know in the comments, and while you're at it, I would also really appreciate it if you could post a few star emojis in the comments if you enjoy my content. Thank you so much in advance. The next one is titled, Family left me 18 male when they thought I was not my dad's son, but now they want to get back in touch. 4 years ago, Dad found out my mom had a lifelong affair, more than one, but that's another story. He knew about a couple of affairs she had in the past and forgave her, hanging in there for the kids, moving on, etc. But that time, 4 years ago, he found out me and my 2 siblings might not be his kids considering the time of affair. This was the first time we all heard of mom's, well, everything really. There was a whole DNA thing and it turned out my siblings were my dad's and I was not. Cool, right? So dad leaves mom, divorces her, moves out, takes both my siblings with him, not me though. I stay behind with mom, who hits a new low finding herself alone, and we both become pretty much outcasts as far as most of the family is concerned. My older brother was particularly mean to me. We were really tight before, and the stuff he did to me, I swear, had I been bigger at the time, I would have punched him hard, more than once. I don't want to get into details because I cannot, since I could be recognized, but stuff happened and I got DNA again, and as it turns the duck out, DNA number 1 was messed up and I am my dad's kid. Now, I don't need legal advice on this. Grandpa is the man, always had my back, we got a lawyer and are looking to settle. However, dad wants back in my life, brother is calling and wants to meet up and talk. I don't want to, I want these people out of my life. Mom already forgave everyone, she is going on a date with my dad and I feel sick, but not my business, right? I wish them both good luck, but I want none of it. Only nobody leaves me be. I keep hearing that they are family and I ought to hear them out and give them a chance or I will regret it later, and that the only reason I won't talk to them is because I'm a teen and stupid or some other stupid explanation. So give me some perspective please. Do I sound unreasonable when I say thanks, but F no, thanks? And guys, please let us know in the comments what you think about this crazy situation. Do you think that OP is overreacting? Because I certainly think he isn't. Anyway, a user in the comments said, put them on blast, they abandoned you, your brother doesn't get a second chance because he only saw you as a brother if blood was involved, which is BS. Your dad is even worse and extremely childish. Privatize social media, stay strong and focus on the people that are important to you, grandpa, friends, etc. And the next one is an update to the family left me story. Thank you all for the advice, but I decided to go with my grandpa's, which was kind of the same most of you gave me, and I will be standing my ground. I have been really annoyed lately because a lot of people around me keep saying I'm a crazy teenager and I will regret it. But grandpa made a point that I need to stop trying to decide how I will feel in the future, because truth is, you can never know. You have to make decisions now based on feelings and info you have now, not based on feelings and info you might have later. Right now, I am disgusted by dad and brother. I want nothing to do with them, I don't trust them. And I even think there is a chance that they might be doing this, reaching out, just for optics and money. If my feelings change, I will deal with that when they do, cross the bridge when I get to it and all. I was not really gonna post an update on this because I don't see the point, my story is kind of over. But something happened yesterday and I wanted to share. So I decided to stand by my F no, I don't want to talk to them. I will be moving to another city soon and decided to change my number. Grandpa is the only one who will be having the new one. I asked him not to share and I know he won't. He is a retired cop, so he is really badass and has zero patience for BS. My new number is safe. He called my mom and told her that from now on, if anyone wanted to reach me, they would have to go through him. So mom showed up at his place. I've been living with him for a while and tries to talk to me, but grandpa says she has to talk to him first, so he can decide whether she is allowed to talk to me or not. Afterwards, my mom goes insane and starts telling him that it is none of his business and that this is between me and my dad, so grandpa goes something like, if anybody shows up at my lawn to disturb the boy, I'll get the cops, a restraining order and a shotgun. It goes on for a while until mom says I'm not the only family grandpa has and that by doing this, grandpa is pushing everyone away and splitting the family. He has other grandchildren, why is he picking just the one, and so on. So my grandpa laughs and tells her that through no fault of his, this family blew up long ago and everyone just grabbed a piece of what was left and ran for it. He looks at me and says I am his piece, so he is not letting go and screw it all. I was feeling like laughing up to this point because my mom was going crazy and all, but when he said that, I broke. Mom left after a while and I just hugged my old man like life depended on it. And he just said something like, enough now, no need for that. I'm your family. Family doesn't leave. You remember that when you have one of your own. And I will. Edit, before I forget, some people were asking about what my siblings were like. Well, my older brother stole/took stuff that was mine or supposed to be mine. He lied to me and about me, and not the innocent kid lie, but screwed up stuff that ruined relationships I had with friends, family, even a girlfriend I cared about. He was a huge bully for years, even hit me once, and my mom said, "He is going through a lot too." And Dad could not care less and just protected him. Grandpa told him if he ever hit me again, he would break my brother's teeth in. I guess he believed him because he never touched me after that one time. Younger brother is cool though, I would rather not talk about him here. And yeah guys, that is one difficult family to say the least. However, I am definitely happy for OP that he has such a legendary grandpa. It must be really difficult, especially for a young person like that, to essentially get no support whatsoever from your own family and to feel like an outsider/outcast. Really a horrible situation. And the next one is another update about the family left me story. People, you are not gonna believe this. I don't believe it myself. The lab did not make a mistake on my results. What they did is they mixed the results of all children. I am my dad's bio son, but my older brother is not. Which is, by the way, really weird because he looks like my dad. Maybe my mom has a type. Turns out it was his lab result stuff, whatever, with my name on it. He will be triple checking it now with another lab, but I mean damn. The settlement has a confidential disclosure clause, something on details, so I will not be speaking about this ever again because it is damn good money. So yeah guys, that's a slightly surprising and I gotta say a bit confusing ending, but all in all, good for OP. At least there is a sort of happy ending to the story. And the last one is just a little bonus story posted by user GLOGuy on r/ripe stories, and it is titled "Today is the 20th anniversary of my first encounter with and victory against a Karen." Today, July 4th, 2021, marks 245 years of independence for the United States. However, I remember it almost as much as the 20th anniversary of my first encounter with and victory against a Karen in my workplace. Now, because it has been 20 years, some details will be spotty. My memory is quite good, but 2 decades is bound to make certain things fade. Picture it, the movie theater, July 4th, 2001. Only 2 months before the world changed forever, I, 17 male at the time, have always been a major film buff, so to work in the middle of it was just the best scenario ever. Sure, sweeping popcorn and smuggled Taco Bell wrappers was not exactly heaven, but you know, they wouldn't pay you if it was 100% lollipops and rainbows. It was the busiest day I've ever had since I started working for the theater. Everything popular was playing. At one point, 9 of the 18 auditoriums were completely sold out. I am already well known for my pleasant customer service demeanor, so I am enjoying the cushy assignment of tearing tickets at the podium and directing people to the right screen. Repetitive gig, but it kept me from endless runs up and down stadium stairs all night. Just smile, tear the ticket and a chipper. This will be the first/second theater to the left. Enjoy the show. One of the duties across all positions in the theater is to be vigilant about keeping kids from getting into R-rated movies. Quite often kids would try to pull one over on us. The most common one would be to buy tickets to another movie and then sneaking into the R-rated movie when nobody is looking. Whenever an especially popular R-rated movie was playing, we didn't play around. ID checks at the box office and the podium, along with an usher at the auditorium entrance who would make sure the ticket matched the film. July 4th happened to the opening day of one highly anticipated R-rated movie. It was a sequel to a comedy with a reputation of being quite risque throughout. And by the way, Ripe Stars, I am curious, since this must be a pretty old movie by now, do you have any idea what movie OP is talking about? Let us know in the comments. Anyway, we had been pretty secure against these sneak attacks before, but today we had to be like Fort Knox. Enter 2 boys, seriously no older than 12. Like, I almost wanted to take their sodas away to keep them from stunting their growth. Both hand me tickets to, wait for it, popular R-rated movie. Quite bold, I admire it. I asked the kids for ID, of course they cannot supply one. Well, no ID, no parent, no dice. They walk away and I think nothing of it. Until 10 minutes later, when I hear the screech of what I would later know is the mating call of the Karen, demand us, accommodate us, known for their distinctive haircut and dilated pupils. Karen, my kids are going into this movie. Me, ma'am, because this film is rated R, anyone under 17 has to have. It's okay, I'm going to sit with them. Okay, if you just show me your ticket, I can let you in. Karen, I'm watching another movie, and then when that is over, I'm gonna sit with them. I'm just dumbfounded. That is not how this works. The parent has to be with the kid through the whole film. I knew pointing that out would be as productive as baptizing a feral cat. I take a different approach. If you can show me your ticket as well, I will let you all sit together. And here we go. You know how they say you always remember your first? Yep. Now this part I remember like it was 5 minutes ago. Karen, get me your manager. I could feel the white-hot fury of 1,000 suns shooting from her eyes. I am surprised the papers on my clipboard haven't burst into flames. I'm at the podium, I cannot walk away. Usually the podium has a radio to page management in situations like this, but of course when I need it the most, vanished. I am unable to leave the podium, but I cannot really grab a manager either. I am stuck. I try to explain, but this just makes her turn an even darker shade of crimson. Karen, this is freaking ridiculous. Karen stomps away, well, as much as one can stomp in sandals. Quick breath of relief, apologies to a couple of lovely elderly ladies for having to witness that outburst, and then Karen returns with the manager. Manager tells me to let the kids through even though she didn't show her ticket. Ah, damn. Hell no. That was the day I learned that surgical spine removal is a prerequisite for customer service management. Karen gives me that, I got my way, you little peon. Look, now, I don't like being overridden on policy. I hate when management knowingly bends the rules and makes me look like an idiot in the process. But of course, I don't necessarily want to shout, what the hell, to my manager at the same time. After all, he holds my newfound employment in his hands. As she walks away, I lean in and here is where I play dirty. I lie and tell the manager that she called me a frickin' idiot. Hey, it sounded close enough to her frickin' ridiculous remark that if there were still any witnesses nearby, it can seem like that is indeed what she said. Manager's eyes light up. Maybe they accidentally left a piece of spine during that surgery. Manager pulls Karen and the kids back, asks Karen if she cussed at me. I thought I had seen Karen at full meltdown mode before, but nope, not even DEFCON 3. Karen then goes off, alternating between incomprehensible sobs and hateful screams from the 7th circle of hell. That is the worst one, right? Karen, how dare you, you little liar. He's lying, he was cussing at me. Me? Ma'am, I don't talk like that to customers. The manager shuts me up. I shouldn't be adding fuel to the fire, though honestly I secretly hoped I could induce some sort of short circuit. Her anger was making me check for the smell of toast. Her husband comes into the picture in a dirty wife beater claiming he's a big shot at a restaurant chain. Big eater maybe. Husband is laying into me. I am sticking with my story. Karen is about to burst some blood vessels. Hers or the manager's? Unknown. Manager sends me to the break room because I'm not staying quiet and husband is about to punch my face in. However, not before I see Karen speed walk back to the office crying. Manager trying to accompany her. Karen and her brood get full refunds. I did get reprimanded for talking back to the customers, and this incident did get held over my head a couple months later after a promotion, but my first encounter with a Karen ended with a rare victory. Oh, and the kicker? Karen and husband had tickets to another movie, a PG-13 rated film that started at the same time as the kids' ticket to R-rated movie, but ended a full hour after R-rated movie was going to let out. She was not going to sit with them during that movie at any point. And that was the time I lost my Karen virginity and started a lifetime of dodging entitlement. In the 2 decades since, I have accumulated enough wild Karen stories to fill a series of books. And yes, thank you very much for this interesting story, and I would once again like to encourage all of you guys, if you have any interesting stories to share, please feel free to do so on r/ripe stories on Reddit. You can also share the stories in the comment section on YouTube, however, it is less likely that I will read a story from there, because it is just slightly inconvenient to read a story from the YouTube comments. YouTube itself does a real poor job sometimes of formatting comments, and it just looks super messed up sometimes. And sadly, Ripe Stars, we have already reached the end of the video. However, as usual, if you cannot get enough of my videos, I would suggest you to check out my endless binge watch playlist, which will show up very soon on the left side of the screen. In addition, please don't forget to check out my Patreon at patreon.com/ripeyoutube for more exclusive Reddit content. Mainly, at least at the moment, just no mother-in-law videos. In addition, guys, I would just like to say we are super close to 50,000 subscribers, so I would really appreciate if you could subscribe to the channel. It would be a dream come true to finally reach 50k. Thank you so much in advance, and I hope to see you again tomorrow.